Hey guys, it's Cross here with another YouTube video. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about the time that I unintentionally tried K2. So me and a couple homies went to this head shop called The Smoking Monkey, and we were like, oh, yo, let's fucking try some salvia. Like, that shit's going to be fucked. Like, we're going to have out-of-body experiences, you know, if you've ever tried salvia or heard of it. It's like synthetic weed in a way. It's natural, but it's a hallucinogenic and it makes you fucked. And we were experimental, thought we would have a great time, so we get this stuff, and I think it was called Hypnotic, and they had other stuff that I've tried, like K2E liquids for carts and shit. I don't recommend. Fuck that. If you hand that to people, you're a piece of shit. But we get the Hypnotic, and then we get this little pipe that was like metal, and it was like a little Heineken bottle that you could take apart, and it was like a one-hitter. So me and the homies are driving back from the smoke shop, and we're like, all right, let's wait till tonight. Whoop, whoop, we'll have a good time. We'll smoke this shit, trip out, whatever, experiment, fuck off, have a good night. And it was not a fucking good night, because it wasn't salvia, it was K2. And back to when I was in the shop in that moment, I seen two EMTs get out of an ambulance, come in the store and buy some of that shit, because they can't smoke weed, which is fucked up. If you're hallucinating, you shouldn't be allowed to work on people. But anyways, we go out to the homie's shed, and you know, there's probably like 6 of us, and we're getting ready to pack the pipe and smoke the K2, which we thought was salvia. One homie who tried it before smoked it first, and he immediately walked out of the shed and was like, don't fucking smoke that shit. I don't know where he went. He ended up going in the house, I think, but we were like, fuck it, we're still gonna smoke it, whatever. We just like ignored him, which we shouldn't have, and I'm sorry for that. One homie smokes it. He's fine for a second, but then he's like in the shed on a pile of wood, just like sitting there and like kind of tweaking and just like not saying anything. Another homie takes a hit, and then another homie takes a hit, and then it comes to me, and then boom, blast off. I started seeing fucking hallucinations. Like I was hearing demons and hearing voices and like seeing shit, like seeing faces. Like if you've ever heard of the rapper 916 Frosty, I heard him for the first time this night, and there was an artwork that he had with like a demonic face, and that's all I could see. All fucking, like, it was fucked up. My heart's ready to pop out of my chest. I'm ready to hit the floor. I'm running around like a scared older homie trying to take care of all the young homies. One kid stayed sober, and he helped me while I was tripping and hallucinating to take care of the other guys. They all run inside because we're freaking out, you know. The homies' parents can't know that we did this, and they're gonna know, and whatever, whoop-de-whoop. So we get them inside, whatever, get them laid up with water, put the lights low, and I come back outside because I'm still tripping, and like his parents definitely fucking knew. I was so fucked up and out of my body. Everybody knew. And I come back to check on one homie, and he's like purple, like death. Like he was white and pale, but purple at the same time, and he was sitting on, you know, the wood that we had in the shed, and he had his hands on his knees, and he kept rubbing his head and saying he was gonna pass out, and then he looked at me, and there was nothing left in his soul. Like he was gone. He wasn't there at that moment. He slumped over on the wood pile, fell off it, and then I picked him up and tried to bring him outside, and he collapsed, and he sat on the ground in the grass for like 5-10 minutes, and I'm talking to him, trying to rub his back, get him back to good, and he's like, he said to me in like a very fucked way, like, I can't see, I can't hear, I see a white hallway, and I see faces of people that I've never seen before, and he blacked out. And that was the last drug experience I have ever had, and I refuse to take any more drugs because of this experience. I almost saw a couple of my homies die, and I felt like I was close to death myself. I can't really explain the feeling too much because it's hard to explain to people who don't understand. That was a nightmare experience for me, and out of all the things that I've ever done, like DMT and, you know, acid, fake acid, mushrooms, shit like that, like this takes the fucking cake and wins the prize. I am thankful I'm alive every day because of this. That truly fucked me up for a long time. And you know, once everybody left, I still had the bag of K2 in my possession and the pipe. I threw the pipe in the woods, like somewhere down the road, never to be found ever again. And I dumped all the rest of the K2 out, and smelling it gave me anxiety and PTSD because it's an incense and it's a chemical, and it just wasn't fun. And it was just a nightmare experience. And that shit scared the ever living fuck out of me because I'm freaking out, panicking at this point. My other homie's not knowing what to do. So we get everybody inside. Everybody's relaxing and chilling, drinking water or whatever. And, you know, it was just genuinely a bad night and a bad experience. And everybody was definitely fucked up in their own personal ways from that. And, you know, for a while after that, we couldn't smoke weed without thinking that it was K2, even if we got it from a dispensary, and weed just made us trip every time after that. So I definitely don't recommend doing K2. But one of the homies' moms ended up needing a ride somewhere, so she showed up at the house, blah, 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 and made him leave to drive her somewhere. And I felt so fucking bad because there was no way in anybody's right mind, out of anybody who was there, could have driven or done anything, especially him. He was fucked up, and I feel so bad, and I'm so sorry for that, bro. Like, that experience has fucked me up for a long time, and I just haven't wanted to talk about it. And there's been other times that have fucked me up too, like doing mushrooms and Molly and, you know, doing fucking coke and shit. And like, you know, I was definitely a bad fucking kid, and we all were, and we were all experimenting and just having a fuck time and just in a depressing state in our lives, looking for answers to questions we didn't know. And we eventually all found out who we are. And, you know, some of us are still struggling, and I feel bad for that, and I apologize. But, you know, we've had some good times, and we've also had some really bad times, but that's not going to change anything if we don't talk, whatever. I'm still here at the end of the day. Like, we're still fucking homies. Like, we've tripped and seen God and death and life together, and, you know, we've all been there with each other through all of these things. And even if we don't talk, I'm still going to be there. And I hope you guys do see this, because I would like to, you know, share our pain and our bad stories with other people, and hopefully other people learn from our mistakes. But if you guys like the content, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Peace.